So we're going to keep it nice and simple. So my name is Chris, and these are what we're going to go through today. See that on top of it now? Can everyone see that? Yeah. So the aim of the session is to introduce a basic level of health and safety and being aware of hazards in your surroundings. So the learning outcomes. So today we want to, all the learners, so everybody will identify and have the confidence to report health and safety issues and to take part in and demonstrate a basic health and safety requirements. So everybody is all part of health and safety, doesn't matter what you do. So if we can just go around the room quickly, just kind of introduce yourself, let me know what you do here at Gousto, just so I have a little idea of your kind of health and safety risks and things you work with.
Okay. My name is Anna. I'm quality assurance supervisor in Clayton. Every day, on a daily basis, we report near misses and we're trying to be on top of health safety in our home.
Okay, thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Zachary. I'm a shift coach from Focal Shift. On a daily basis we do give out some health and safety training. Even in our induction we have some health and safety instructions as well for operatives. Well,
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ina. I'm shift coach Yellow Shift Claylake. We do train some basic health and safety for our staff.
Hi, I'm Marka. I'm as well a shift coach. I'm new shift at Claylake. And as a shift coach, I try to be on the top of the health and safety issues that we might have in our factory and show everyone how to avoid them and minimize the risk of accident happening in our factory.
Great, thank you.
Hello, my name is Linda and I'm a shift coach on Red Shift Playlake, and basically what all three of us just mentioned.
Perfect.
Hello, my name is Veronica. I'm a shift coach at Red Shift on Split Pits, and I'm always daily trying to train the people to make sure that they follow the health and safety rules.
Chris, my name is Antonio. I'm a shift coach on Red Shift. I do some introductions to health and safety on the induction class.
Great, thank you, Antonio.
Hello, my name's Alan. I'm a little bit set up over in impact pre-collation. I'm a health and safety representative. I've completed a few risk assessments since being over there. My job is to raise awareness around safety, making sure everybody is safe and goes home.
Yeah, perfect. So health and safety rep, you in the swap please? Okay. So we've gone through the idea of the course and what the aim is for today. I'm just going to go through a few health and safety facts that we've got. So under the Health and Safety Work Act of 1974, all employers must safeguard the safety and health of all employees. It's very important that when you work for Gousto, Gousto looks after us, make sure we've got the right equipment we need to do our jobs, make sure we're working in a safe environment so everybody goes home with no injuries or accidents happening or anything like that. 38.8 million working days were lost due to work-related illness and workplace injuries. So that was in 2019 and 20, just in the UK alone. And they've added up all everybody's kind of days off, and that's what it comes to, the amount of days people have off just with work-related injuries. Fun little fact, primary school in Oxfordshire was banned the sack race and the three-legged race due to health and safety risks. So the sack race and the three-legged race is just little kids' fun games they do on sports day. It's gone on for years and years and years, but for some reason they see that as a health and safety risk, or too big of a health and safety risk, so they cancelled it basically. And in your workplace, basically a hazard is anything with the potential to cause harm. So it doesn't matter how big a risk it is, how small a risk it is, if it causes harm or can cause harm, then it's classed as a hazard. Okay, the recommended minimum temperature for office work and similar non-physical activities is 16 degrees centigrade. So we're all in this training room, this office space today. We'll be here all day, so we need to make sure the temperature is fair for everyone. So if it's lower than 16, some people might think it's too cold. Some people might think it's too hot. So say 16 degrees keeps it as an average for everybody to be comfortable. Everybody okay so far? Any questions about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, all good? Thank you. Right. So now we're going to go on to a little activity. So if you can do this in pairs, that would be great. So if you pair with the person next to you. And what we're going to do is, so if you can basically basically go around the room, finding any hazards you can see, and then you want to, at the bottom of the paper, just write them down as what the hazard is, and then mark it on a scale of 1 to 3. So 1 being a minor hazard, 2 being moderate, and then 3 being a major. So decide amongst your pair if you feel that it's a high risk or maybe not so dangerous. Okay, just have a few minutes to go around and then we'll have to
What the number are?
Yeah, if you could, write the hazard and then write the Yes, perfect, yeah. Yeah, so if there's anything you see when you walk around, just write it down and then use the start of the image. No, just make sure you what level it is. Yeah.
Is that a trick hazard?
Pretty much still
Always goes to extreme.
Yeah, once you've got a few things, there's no kind of maximum or minimum, it's got a few things. We'll sit back down.
Don't miss the worst one.
Okay, everybody happy?
Yeah.
Everybody got a few things they've found? Yeah? So what I would like to do is, if we go around the room in your pairs, if you would like to come up and just write one thing each that you've found and what the severity of it is, you feel it is. So if you start yourself, is that? Either side, yeah.
Like this.
Excellent. Simon, did you want to see one as well? If we can have two from each group. That's all right, thank you. Okay, Michael, would you like to come up and write two down that you found? Did everybody find many things, or just a few? Or? Yeah. We've got all severe, all maximum three scores on there so far. Yeah, Antonio, are you ready?
We've got some concern about it. Can we change
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hazard level?
Yeah, of course, yeah, that's great. Yeah. So if you found the same ones, if it's different level, then that's fine.
In existence, is spelled like this.
If you write around
What are you trying to say? In existence, non-existing. Oh, non-existent.
So we've got lots of different options here, and lots of different numbers as well, scores. So like Alan and Antonio are doing now, they're using a couple of the same ones, but they're changing the score rating. Perfect, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for doing that. Yeah.
That was the man over here.
Yeah.
Good one.
So there's always yeah, that's true, very good. So there's always ones when you're kind of walking through an area or walking to somewhere, you might spot little bits and bobs, but when you actually get up and look around and take more notice of it, there's so many more things you'll find. Does everybody agree with those kind of scoring levels? Yeah. So we've got a couple down the bottom where they're similar ones or the same ones, but the scoring levels have changed. So I think there's always going to be ones that are kind of grey areas. You might not be quite sure what level of severity it is. So the main thing is to kind of report it to the right channels. Here at Gousto, you've got all your team leaders, section leaders that wear the orange jackets. So if there's anything you're not sure about, you're not sure who to report it to, just go and speak to one of them, explain what it is you've seen, where it was you've seen it, then they can take it to the right channels, go to health and safety and get things changed. So like yourself, Antonio, pointing out the fire exit's no sign, that's something we can take to health and safety. I can speak to my manager and we can look at getting that sorted as soon as possible. Okay. Anybody got any questions so far?
When doing risk assessments, is it better to do it in a group so we can all agree on the severity, or is it usually delegated to just one person?
I'd say at the start, when you're you're doing it for the first time and getting used to it, you'd probably do it in a group, so you've got that communication and someone to talk to and go through it together. Once you get into it and you know what you're doing and you're comfortable, then like for yourself, you do like audits and things like that, then you can go off and do it on your own. Yeah, okay. So then we just have a little quiz. Has everybody got a pen? Anybody need a pen? All good? So just have a little look at the quiz, read through it for a second, and once I've handed them out to everyone, we'll just go through all the information.
They stay 16 minutes.
You want to put something for the guy in the back?
Yeah.
I don't know if you need something for the guy in the back.
No, they're separate.
Okay.
Perfect. Yep, so if you can please, learner's full name, so at the top, fill in your first name and surname, and then your signature on the learner's signature. Then we have today's date, which is the 16th, and then you can put my name on there as well, so that's Chris Morgan. Thank you very much. And then once you're ready, you can just go through the questions. There's 5 questions. There are multiple choice questions, but there's only one correct answer for each one. So if you just circle A, B, C or D, whichever one you think is correct. Just give you a few minutes, and then once you've done, just let me know and I will come and collect it from you.
We are very eager and
Thank you very much. Not so fast.
you are a good teacher.
Good teacher.
Thank you. Everybody happy so far? Any questions or anything? No? All good? So if you just bear with me for a second, I will just mark these. It's all looking good. Everybody's passed, so that's good. There's one question which was well spotted, where 2 of you, or 3 of you, the first question, there's kind of 2 answers, which is well spotted because I didn't notice that. So the first question, what is the most important reason why all accidents should be investigated and recorded? So we've got prevent similar accidents from happening in the future. So that's obviously a main point. We want to prevent accidents from happening, so anything we can spot and stop would be excellent and perfect. But then we also have to comply with health and safety law. So yes, it is everybody's role to and take part and see any health and safety issues and report them. As well spotted as that affects you on there, it's always a big part of it. So yeah, so just cover, finally finishing off, the fact that the aims and the objectives, the outcomes. So hopefully I've introduced the basic level of health and safety, where you can be a little bit more aware and think about things around them and their surroundings, and the outcomes. Everyone's happy to kind of identify and bring up any issues that they see with their managers, just so we can try and get health and safety issues down and risks of accidents to a minimum. And thank you very much.